All right, well, often it's birds against squirrels when it comes to those outside feeders, but it doesn't have to be.
In this week's Green Thumb, Greg Leyes with Ginger Valley has a solution.
Greg Leyes here in Ginger Valley's birdseed department. You know, we've talked about feeding the birds and watering the birds, but another question we often get is what about the squirrels? The squirrels get into my bird feeders, they tear them up, they eat a lot of seed. In some people's opinion, they waste a lot of seed. So let's talk about squirrel-proof feeders. We've got the Squirrel Buster, you know, you see that. That works on the spring concept. Squirrel gets on there, it's heavier than the birds, and he pulls down the covering over the ports, and then the squirrel can't get at the seed. So the Squirrel Buster is a nice squirrel-proof feeder. Then we have the Droll Yankee feeders. You know, they give them some clever names here. We've got the Droll Yankee Dipper. That's got a perch that's on a spring and it drops the squirrel right off. You've got the Whipper. That's got a curved perch around the front. You know, the cardinal likes to look at its seed, so that they sit on that curved perch and they can look at the seed. You got the Flipper. That's what I'm holding on to here. This is battery operated. The rechargeable battery comes with it. Look at that. That twirls around and throws the squirrel right off. That's a real popular one. And then you got the Tipper. The Tipper has a seed tray that tips off when the squirrel gets onto it. Remember, they're all spring operated. They're calibrated to hold all the weight of the birds, but not the squirrel. And the nice thing about them, they're designed with the body of the squirrel in mind. They're longer than the body of a squirrel. Some of the other squirrel feeders, the squirrel hangs on with his hind feet at the top. It can still get down to those ports. Not so with the Droll Yankees or with the Squirrel Busters. They're longer than the squirrel, and the squirrel can't overcome the mechanisms here. And then they hold, the Droll Yankee holds 5 pounds of seed, so you don't have to fill it as often. And best of all, they have a lifetime guarantee. So keep the squirrels away with squirrel-proof feeders. For Ginger Valley and our birdseed department, this is Greg Leyes.